Hey, welcome back. The Lethbridge Football Club is taking steps towards becoming a more competitive league. They've implemented an under-10 division to start developing skills at an earlier age. Club officials say it's a growing need in southern Alberta and will help make teams more competitive with the rest of the province. Centres like Calgary or Edmonton begin training their elite athletes before the age of 8, and Lethbridge soccer coaches hope this will level the playing field.
And the reason we started the U10 program was because we were falling behind provincially. We weren't starting to do developmental and skill development until the U12 level, and that's just too late. In Calgary, they're beginning at U8, so we took a big step going U10, but we need to go further. But this is a good starting point for us.
Parents got their first look at the division this weekend in the club's annual tournament. Looks like they had terrific weather, as you could see. The Lethbridge Steel headed to Saskatchewan over the weekend to try and wrestle the Western Women's Canadian Football League crown away from Saskatoon. But the defending champs were once again too much to handle. Saskatoon wins its third straight championship with a hard-fought 27-13 victory. A Lethbridge lacrosse mom is being remembered for her passion for the game and her zest for life. 45-year-old Cindy Garant passed away of breast cancer in 2011. Her memory was honored over the weekend by the Lethbridge Pioneers senior lacrosse team on Saturday. Garant is remembered for her commitment as a lacrosse mom, devoting hours to the sport after her son started playing in 2004. She served as secretary, director, a committee member, and as a minor official for most of her son's games.
She did so much work above and beyond, and it's nice that people appreciate it. You know, they show their appreciation, I should say. Not that she would want it, because she did it because she loved her son and her son's involved in lacrosse. So it just makes you feel good. You know, it really does.
It's all about the community that brought us here, that puts us up in these arenas and lets us play a game we love, right? So it's nice to volunteer and give back what we can.
And that memorial game raised over $2,300 for the Canadian Cancer Society. The best from the Canadian Tour are in Calgary this week for the ATB Financial Classic. Now, there are a lot of changes on the Canadian Tour with the PGA taking it over for the players. There's a much easier way to advance to the web.com tour. The top 5 money winners automatically get their cards on that tour. Before, they had to go through Q School. Now their results from the season will determine if they make the next step.
It's a great thing. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And like, you know, me or anybody that has been trying to get on the PGA Tour for a few years now understands how hard it is to get. And now we have tours that if you play good throughout the year, you move on to the next one. You know, in 2011, for instance, I finished second on the money list up here in Canada, and if that would be this year, I'll have my nationwide card, whereas that year, you know, I didn't get anything.
What we've really done is extended the pathway and the pipeline for a player to try and understand how the best access they can get to the PGA Tour. So the response from the players has been great. The response from the tournament organizations has been superb. The response from the media has been tremendous, and there's a lot of excitement about the start of the season.
If you can play good here and you can finish in the top of the money list here, that means you're well equipped to go and do the next step. And I think now that we got nationwide cards here on top of the purses, it's going to encourage people to come up here and do, you know, and the fields are going to get better, and the level of competition is going to improve for sure.
Which only benefits those of us who like to watch these players in person, Jackie.
Well, coming up next, we're going to talk about another athlete. This one, they're from the annual Strongman competition in Cranbrook, the 10th annual over the weekend.